Hi everybody, this is Jackie Schomburg-Abstract. I wanted to do today an experiment that I've never done before, but I know that people have done. So I've not seen it done, but I thought I'd try it before I've seen it because then it's an adventure for me and I don't know what's going to happen. So buckle up and we'll see what happens, see if I can make something cool. This is my jelly plate. You can see it has paint on it from whenever the last time I used it was. And I have a ton of chalk pastels. And if you look at this and say, wow, Jackie, it looks like you've never even used these before, you would almost be correct because I haven't. But don't worry, I only bought them like 10 or 12 years ago. So I've just been saving them for a special occasion. These are from when I was working in corporate America, very single, and making good money, and thought, well, if I need to work this job that I'm not at all passionate about, and it's harming my mental health, then I will spend money on art supplies because that makes me happy. And there'll be a point sometime in my life, hopefully when I get to have kids, and I won't have this extra income. So I put no budget on my art supplies. So whenever I got a Blick coupon, I would go buy something that I didn't need and get it 40% off. So in this case, it was 90 chalk pastels, and I've hardly used them at all. So today's the day. And I'm just gonna go in on this and we're just gonna see what happens. So rather than getting this cleared off, I thought I would just see what it looks like to keep this on and add some color. So I am just going to add some color here on top of this white paint. And my hope is that it will look cool at some point. But I'm not going to hold myself to that because when we experiment, it's often not cool. So if cool is the goal, you're at a disadvantage right away. So my goal right now is just color. And trying things that may not work. So, some orange. Overlap that a bit. I love that I was smart enough even in my 20s to realize that I wasn't going to have a lot of art supply budget. Didn't realize quite how small my art supply budget would be later in life, but at least I had an appreciation for it. So any of you who want to have a family someday and don't have a family yet and have a little bit of extra income, highly recommend investing in art supplies. You will not be sorry years later. So again, this is just chalk pastel. I already have oil pastels. This isn't transferring super well, but you can see how vibrant it is on my white paper. Now, I don't have a huge purpose in this design. It's loosely landscape. Add some black here. I'm really hoping that this white paint will come off as well, and I think it might. Potentially hear my daughter singing in the background. All right, black stripes. Always fun. with me. And, oops, there's some peachy colors in here too. All right. Excuse me. So, find my brayer. Here it is. And I'm going to apply gloss medium to this. And I'm going to hope that my gloss medium, I might have put too much on. Well, we'll see. Good thing about the brayer is you can keep brayering to get the extra off. Okay. So let me put this here, put that here. I have a 12 by 12 jelly plate, and my paper is about 9 by 12, so it's never quite big enough. My paper is never quite big enough. However, one of the beauties of this is that for my little partial sheet, I could cheat a bit and see if anything's coming up. Now I'm going to try and let it dry a bit more than I normally would, specifically for the purpose of allowing this to really stick to the paper, so that when I do pull it up, it will pull up the layers. Oh, this looks cool already. And that's just a little strip. It didn't pull up any of this though, so maybe that'll be a ghost print. All right, let's see what we made. All right, well, it pulled up some of it. All right, here's the big one. Whoa. All right, if you let it dry too long, your paper will tear. So that's less than ideal for sure. This is gonna be a mess. All right. Okay, well, this is what happens when you experiment. I really like what came up. I don't love this, what's left of my jelly plate, but I'm still very happy with this. So now I will razzle dazzle you with my really annoying practice of peeling all this off. Thinking that I can probably pull this up with another pull. So let me do that. And I will not let it go as long as I did the last one. And you didn't think jelly printing could be exciting? There's always a risk of danger. Mostly danger to my gel plate, but you can probably tell this thing's a little bit beat up as it is. Okay. Take two. This time I'm going to do it this way. And I'm going to use the other side of this page. There's a sweet spot as to when you haven't let it cure enough and then when you've let it cure too much. Okay, so that worked out well, except that it didn't pull up these papers. So, perhaps this will do that. It's pulling up some of them. All right, better, not great, better. So now I'm left with this and a bunch of gloss medium in my jelly plate. Okay, let's try again. I'm going to add more colors this time. And we're just going to, oh, look at that. That actually tears up the paper. So that's a good plan. Bet you didn't know you could use chalk pastels as a tool. Like a legit demo tool. See, look at all the things we're learning today. All right, let me dust this off in my garbage can. All right, a lot of it came off, a lot of it is still stuck there, but I'm not going to worry about it. You know, I don't know if I've ever used gloss medium on my jelly plate before. So that in itself is a new experiment. Love this periwinkle color. I don't know what it's going to turn out like here. Obviously, I'm just picking swatches of color. Some of these need to be loosened up a bit before I get any color out of them on the jelly plate. They are a bit squeaky. Okay. And let's get turquoise. All right, let's do this again. Now, I was going to try this on tissue paper, but given that I can't even pull my 80-pound paper off without it coming apart, I'm going to hold off on that until I can get a system going. The wonderful thing about the jelly plate is you can, even when you try to do something intentionally, at least with me, I still never really know what I'm going to get. And that is the fun of it. It's so fun because of that. Look at that. Gorgeous stripes. Okay, that's kind of dreamy. And this is actually different because there's less white paint. So I think that getting the paint off is helping. Wow. Look at that. Much more luminous than I would have thought. Here, I'll put this over here instead of the ripped one. Now let's do another print and see what the ghost print looks like. You can see that these stripes even came through, and those are the stripes I made on the last pull. Okay, so this looks like the state of Wisconsin. There's Madison, there's Green Bay. So this area, I'm gonna try and get that paint off, clear the way. And I'll do it on the sides too. Because the matte medium, I think, isn't sticking to those areas. At the end, I'll have a nice little turquoise background, or outline. Okay. Not the neatest hobby, but also very fun. Now that we have some color down, I'm also not good at putting things back where they belong. It's not looking so great. How about the sap green? Alright, so maybe if you're doing this, make sure that you're, I don't know, this could be because my chalk pastels are old and they haven't been used on paper, just to rough them up a little bit. Or it could just be because there's nothing for them, there's no tooth here at all to cling on to. But I'm hoping that this will show up when I do the pull, and I think it will. Shapes. Big blue rock pile. Now there's a lot of noise happening with this. I don't think that this is my, I don't think anything's happening, you know, anything bad is happening to my jelly plate. This is also a very old jelly plate, so I'm not overly worried about anything happening to it. So if you do have something that's precious to you, maybe wait till the end of this video to see, to see if I have done any damage, but I think it's fine. Do some of this purple. All right. Let's do another pull. Here's my gloss. I'm not trying to make any finished art with this. I'm just trying to get myself some interesting collage paper. If I end up with something that I want to frame, great. Sometimes that does happen. You'd be surprised. first one. All right, that's pretty cool. You can see all the flakes, all the paint flakes from that have come off the edges are stuck in there now. All right, I'm trying to think of how I would use this in, say, real life. Obviously this is real life, but from an art making perspective, right? And a lot of it, you know what, I'm gonna do another pull. Because a lot of it I think is just, right, things that have stuck on here from previous pulls. This is the other reason why I'm getting all those other marks. Clean your brayers, especially when you accidentally make acrylic paint confetti. This medium is very thin, which is also potentially why I'm not getting more dramatic pulls. Typically with thinner paints, it doesn't take the other layers off as well. All right, I'm gonna see what happens if I dry this and let it sit and then pull it off. Okay, I just took my hairdryer and dried this. And I'm going to see what it looks like if I put some Titan Green Pale on the back of it instead of just more matte medium. So let's see what happens. All right. This is, so because this will be the back, right? This is the side of the print that's going to be on the paper. Get rid of this. All right, and you can see that I have something on my brayer that's causing that mark. Okay, so let's see what it looks like now with an opaque background rather than a clear gloss medium background. I'll do my sample of this little strip at the bottom that doesn't quite get covered. Okay, well, mostly celadon green. So we'll see. All right, celadon. Anybody want to guess? I'm guessing celadon. Celadon. Okay, so that was very uneventful. So now we'll do some clear gloss gel medium again. And if nothing else, we should be picking up the celadon edges. Yep. All right, I'm going to try the same paper again. But this paper I won't print exactly on top of the green. Print over a little bit so it doesn't interfere, so we get experiment now to see what it looks like against the green background and then just with the plain paper background. All right, this sounds promising. Let's see. Okay, well that turned out cool. It's almost like a pastel birch tree.
What?
I like that. Now let's try this side. See, it did not stick against this green paper. Well, that's interesting. Let's try this sheet. Let's see if I can just do another quick print of this. Nope. All right. Look at all the things we're learning. And by we, I mean me. This is the danger of experimenting, but I'm really pleased with some of these prints. I think this is really cool. Okay, back to this. Again, I'll print this offset. All right, so there's no paint in the background now. It's just paper and gloss medium. Cool. This is the other print that I made earlier. This is the next pull. And now, okay, now we're making progress here. Oh, and I'm also losing paper. Oh boy. Let me see. Oh boy. I'm telling you guys, there's such a fine line here between cool print and total destruction. But it's still really cool. You can see where the paper stuck. So I can pick that off. Or use my pastels, I've now learned. And actually, I bet if I left it, it would turn into a cool print if it gets picked up. So let's try again. Okay, so it occurs to me that I might be having issues because these just might not be the best pastels. Sorry, Blick. Oops. I'm not sure. So to give it my appropriate and tried and true, these are my pastels from 1993 that my art teacher gave me forever ago. Can't say they're better pastels, but maybe they will work better for this purpose. So let's draw on here. And make a goofy face. let's see what happens here. A little extra hair. Very silly guy. Or girl. Alright. Put it right in the middle this time since I actually drew something. Okay, not much there. Not much there, but it does look cool. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Sounds promising. I actually really love all this little abstraction. It looks almost like it's pixelated because of all those tiny little paint chips. Very random. Alright, what if I do colors with this instead? I mean, I can't say that I'm loving this exercise, but I am loving experimenting with it. That I do love. But I can't imagine, I guess other than just making these dreamy collage papers, when I would do this. Maybe just making some dreamy landscapes. Any dreamy needs, I will come here. How bright this green is when it's over any kind of paint remnants, and then how ghostly it becomes when it's just in the open. However, I'm getting some great color here and there. I think more so than the other side. You guys can let me know what you think, but all right, green. And red. All right, let's do it. All right, where's my little edge testing sheet? This has been a pretty good predictor of my success, or lack thereof. All right, take this off. That's cool. Let's take this off. Oh, some of it's tearing. Darn it. All right. Now this is cool. All right, I'm happy with that. A little bit of paper tearing, but I feel like it adds to the texture there, so I'm not mad about that. Now, why can't I get it to stick to paint? I'm going to try some titanium white. This is my open paint, so it'll stay open. It'll stay wet a bit longer than other paint. So it won't dry as fast. It's supposed to make it feel more like oil paints. I've never actually used oil paints. I have terrible allergies, so I figured I didn't need any more noxious fumes to inhale. All right, let's try this. I'm gonna laugh really hard if it just gives me white paint on white paper. Well, it's not all white. But it is significantly white. Let's try it again. Sometimes the ghost prints work better. Things aren't dry yet, but they're more dry. Not very different. Very subtle. These would be cool painting starts. I don't know that I'd use them for collage, but as a painting start, I like it. Looking to see what colors I can use. I'm gonna use this Indian yellow. Whoops. A bit more than I had intended. I'm actually going to put on a couple colors. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to add a little phthalo blue. And I'm going to add a little bit of raw umber. All right, let's see what this does. Okay. Try this. Just the colors I added. Okay. Just the colors I added, but it still looks nice. Now I can see some of the pastels up here. The brown isn't just brown, it also has some blues and turquoise up there. See if I can quick do a ghost print. A little bit. Not really. Okay. I'm going to add this gloss media. Now that I love. Let's see if I can get this off before it starts leaving paper on it. All right, I'm loving these. This is my favorite one so far. All right, this is my heavy body titanium white. Heavy body paints typically help a lot to get all of the background lifted off. This paint is however very old. You can tell it's very tacky. So let's see if it works the same way. All right. Of course, I ran out of paper. All right, let's try this out. Interesting. Now you can see that it did lift up these paint scraps. So So it is doing part of what I want it to do. So let's do it again as a ghost print. Not much. Negative. See if I have enough of this to go around. I don't even think I do. Nope. All right, how about some Payne's Gray? I use a lot of thinner paints, and I use less heavy body paints. I do think the heavy body paints work best on here for what I like to do anyway. If you disagree, let me know. Maybe you have a better technique on something than I do. I really like the open heavy body paints especially. Something interesting here. Well, I really like this. Maybe my new favorite. Again, I've all but abandoned the pastels in this process. But all of this yellow that's coming through is part of the old pastels that I did however many pulls ago. Ooh, this is also looking really cool. Really like this. And so I'm in the never-ending game of when is it done? When do I stop? because every time you think, oh, there's just one more little bit here I'd like to try. And then 4 hours later, you look up. All right, one more titanium white pull, and then I'm going to call it a day. And you guys can let me know, is this type of video helpful, so that at least I can clear out all of the things that don't work for you, so you don't have to worry about those parts. Or would you rather have me work it out off camera and then come back with something that looks better? Because this is what I do. This is what all those time lapses are. Just that sometimes they turn out a lot better than others. But I think this is pretty cool. I like how just the little bits here and there of all of the pastels are still showing through. I'm going to stick it back down on the other side for a ghost print. All these unexpected colors shining through are the pastels. Even still, I mean, I don't know how many pulls I've done, 40? And you're still getting the pastel coming through. So if you like that, this is a great thing for you. If you don't like that, stick with painting. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm going to put out some of my favorites while I'm saying goodbye. Let's see, I still love this edge. This blue I think is really cool with the orange pastel coming through. This one I really like. This crazy face I'm not a fan of, but this section right here with all these little scraps I love. And let's not forget where we started. I think that you can say that I improved since the beginning, since by the end I'm at least getting full sheets out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a great day. Let me know below if you want to see more pure real-time experiments like this, or if you'd rather have me keep with a time lapse and speed through them. Bye, everybody.